All right, everyone, welcome back into another props video. Give me touching on all the top prop bets that we have today on both PrizePicks and Underdog. I do just want to call it that I already came out with a NBA previews video. Make sure to go ahead and check that out. I'm going to try to do that, I think, going forward, kind of a night version, and then giving you guys just the top prop bets throughout the day. And so looking at it right now, just kind of going off of the EV bets that we were getting, we can see we are literally getting two good EV bets as it currently sits right now. That being said, we are getting some decent discrepancies here and there, and I'll touch on that. So right now, Johnson for college football, it's going to be the best prop bet that we have on both PrizePicks and Underdog. We can see very high likelihood for him to get over 41.5 receiving yards per. Now that is something that I fully expect to update really up until game time. I don't personally love attacking rushing or receiving yards props unless, to me, it's prop line that stands out. Like, to me, those are the most difficult because it fluctuates between hitting by 5 yards or missing by 5. But all in all, that is the best prop bet that we are currently getting, and obviously gets a better matchup going against Washington, and I think that's why we're getting that big line bump in comparison. But yeah, if you guys don't want to use that one, I definitely get it. The next best one that we have is actually going to be one in which Underdog is already bumped up to 9. PrizePicks is still giving us it at 8.5. That is seemingly going to be a good prop bet. And then from there, guys, yeah, the board becomes very tight. And right now, as it sits, we're not getting any fantasy score prop bets. And typically speaking, I like to give those out to you guys because we know that the board is not going to be updating those prop bets or pushing those prop bets. So let's just kind of go through the process. There is one that I want to call out right now. So we have this one that's going to be a good prop bet. Then we have some other ones that are, seemingly good enough if you guys want to attach those in there. But really, we're not getting any prop line differences. The one that I was going to call out was Adam Bona for over his rebounds and assists. That one has seemingly been taken off the board, so no edge there. Let's take a peek at Underdog, seeing if we're getting any edges there. So yeah, we are getting some better prop bets seemingly on Underdog today than we are on PrizePicks. That being said, it's definitely interesting here. So at 7.5, this one is basically a 50-50, same thing here. So at 7, these are decent prop bets. Same thing here. We're getting some decent edges for Underdog on college basketball, which makes me want to just take a peek at the EV only for Underdog in general. It might be a day in which we are forced to target maybe more of Underdog, and we are seeing that two. I guess not really. There's two prop bets here. The projection data here likes Nate Santos for under rebounds, giving him 6. So we literally got 2. Reese Waters for over 14.5 points, about a 54% chance there. And then Nate Santos for under rebounds at 6.5, a seemingly good edge there. So literally 2 prop bets on each site. But let's go ahead and take a peek at NBA, just in general, trying to see if we're getting any good prop bets there. And so looking at the board for NBA right now, yeah, it is very thin, as you guys can see. What I want to see are some prop bets that I kind of highlighted that I might be on today, on yesterday's preview video, and that's really for Pascal Siakam, and then the other one would be Joachim Poeltl. And what I was interested in is this: the points, rebounds, and assists. So the projection data would have set 35.2. This is a prop bet that I recommended in the last video, and that was simply because I was thinking we could pretty much bank on his minutes being there simply due to the trade from OG. Now, eventually with RJ Barrett and quickly there, I think we're going to see the usage and whatnot shift away from someone like Siakam. But he got more heavy minutes in that game, and maybe that's something that does continue. All in all, I kind of just want to ride the wave with this. 2 for 2 since the trade and getting the over. Not a terrible matchup, not one you typically want to target as well, but all in all, I could continue to roll with that. It does have about a 50% chance that, obviously don't love that, but I like that it's at least on the positive side as to us wanting to bet the over there. And then let's look at Joachim Poeltl. So for him, steals is one that's kind of popping up, but for him, I do like the points, rebounds, and assist prop. He is someone that throughout the season, the biggest worry with him is how many minutes we could project him to get. And he's projected to get 31 minutes in this game. And if he gets 31 minutes in this game, and for what's worth, the last 2 games, he has gone 36 on average. So if he does get 30 minutes in this game, he should be able to really crush this over. He is a point per minute producer. The issue with him is that it can be via steals. It can be via, he is just someone that when he's on the court, he is making a difference. And so I'm fine with this one. I think that's one of the better PrizePicks bets that we got on the slate today. And we can see the average sportsbook line. One of them probably has it at 22 or 22.5, where they're heavily favoring the under, where most of them have it at 21.5. So all in all, I think that that's going to be a good prop bet as well. And I do just want to mention on golf, this is a tool that I had really set up for PrizePicks to gear lines compared to PrizePicks and whatnot. So I'm going to have to do some adjustments to this, guys. This is on the golf tab. Golf is starting up again. And so this is something that's going to be a work in progress probably today, but I do find it interesting. They're playing the Century Tournament, which used to be called the Century Tournament of Champions. It's played in Hawaii. Big course, the Plantation course, you can see, pretty wide fairways. Anyways, the scoring that we're getting is actually kind of strange because typically the course will play a little bit harder because it's subject to more winds at this time, like heavier wind gusts and whatnot. So right now it's not really projecting to play all that difficult because it's not too windy at this tournament. And I'll show you guys that here with the hourly and whatnot. Like today it gets up to 20-mile-per-hour winds, but we look at the 7-day forecast, 15, I guess 22. That could get pretty high. So all in all, we really just got to worry about the weather. And so for me, like if the weather is lower, at least for the earlier tee times, they should be able to score. They should be able to get under their birdies. Like SLATE Tagala would be a pretty good bet to get at least 5 birdies. But the issue here, guys, is just for what it's worth, all these golfers had not really golf competitively in over at least 3 months for most of them, at the minimum 2 months. And so for me, I typically like to stay away from these type of situations because we just don't know. To me, Max Homa for under his strokes is actually a decent one. But all in all, these are all prop bets that I'm kind of taking the wait and see approach on for at least round 1. And then real quickly, just taking a peek at the discrepancies that we are currently getting. Maybe for receiving yards, we're getting a decent one there, 8 yards there. That's obviously pretty big. Same thing here for Rome, pretty decent difference there, 9 yards for him. So there are some slight edges that would appear. All in all, though, not too many big ones. 10 is total games won there, so not too many differences when we're looking at the discrepancies. I'll sort it by prop line difference here just in general. So yeah, college football, we're getting some where PrizePicks seems to be overvaluing compared to Underdog. We flip it around. This is an interesting one, guys. On Underdog, betting Jordan Love for under 250.5 passing yards is a pretty good bet, actually. That's not one that I personally like. Obviously, I'm a Packers fan and whatnot, so I don't want to bet that. But all in all, there could be something there. Like all in all, you could 10 yards is a lot. You could bet the over on PrizePicks, bet the under on Underdog. Hopefully, gets 45.5. Not a terrible idea, but not something I really want to go crazy. So let's give you guys a bet of the day. Again, it's going to be a very small bet slip today because we're not getting that many great bets currently. So getting into the bet of the day for college basketball, again, just taking advantage of those 2 EV bets that we currently have. Don't love them, don't hate them. All in all, that's just the board that we have. These are the 2 best bets. If you guys want to do Jordan Love for under 250 passing yards, you could as well. Obviously, that's one that's kind of popping up there as well. And then I do just want to call this out as well. If you guys are new to Underdog, make sure to use the promo code 9to5 when you guys are signing up. That's actually just going to help out the channel. Again, a lot of people have done that. That does not go unnoticed, and I do appreciate that. Let's go ahead and close out the video with the PrizePicks bet of the day. So right now, I am fine going with the Pirtle for over 21.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Does seem to be a little bit of a gamble, again, on the minutes being there, but I think that they will. Same thing with Jalen Duren here going against Utah. I'm not too worried about that matchup. He is someone that in the last game against Houston, Detroit got blown out. He did not get his over, but prior to that, with Isaiah Stewart still out, as long as he gets at least 30 minutes in this game, as long as they don't get blown out too fast, I think he has a great chance to get that over. That's the biggest thing with him as well. Like these two, it's very much just predicated on minutes for the most part. Obviously, fouls and whatnot can happen. Just cold night shooting can happen and whatnot. But all in all, I think more times than not in these scenarios, they're going to be able to get. And then we're taking the best 2 other EV bets that we are currently getting. I don't typically like betting on like defenders in terms of like shots on goal, points or whatnot, but it's literally the next best one that we have. And then this is the best one that we have. We can see Underdog has already bumped this one up to 9 as well. So maybe a decent bet. But that is all for today's video, guys. Thank you for being here. Make sure to give a like and subscribe. Also with the other NBA video, that's more of a deep dive, pretty much right after this video. If you guys want access to the 9to5sports.com PrizePicks Underdog cheat sheet, available for just $10 a month. Thank you for watching. Let's have a good slate. And as always, let's keep cashing.